Hi everyone, welcome back. So for today's craft with me, we're going to start the series where we're going to start trying some of the different embellishments and different, just different craft ideas that other people have shared on their channel that I have saved to a playlist of things that I want to try. So for today, we're going to start with these. They are altered time card booklets, and I had first seen these on Danny's channel, which is Junk Journals and More, and I will link it below. And I will actually link the video where she did hers. I did vary it a little bit, and also my measurements with my board were different than the ones that she gave. So for my punch board, what we're going to need to fit in here is a 3 by 3.5 envelope. And so our paper is going to be 5 3/4, and then we'll score at the 2 5/8 line. But first of all, I just want to show you what they look like. I did two different ones when I had first seen her make these, and at that time I was working on ephemera for my gypsy journals. So this is done with a gypsy theme. But basically you're just folding a time card in half. So here's your time card, and you're just going to fold it in half. And you can decide which side you want to use. And then when you open it up, you have a pocket up at the top. And I did sew all around mine, and like everything, I like adhered it, but then I sewed over it. You don't have to sew, that's just a choice. But then also I put in some coffee dyed paper for the tablet, but I mean you can use whatever kind of paper you want to. We got this little envelope. I put an image of a girl on there. It's got a tag inside, and then this is just blank. Now she put in hers, she had put some decoration down here. I chose not to do that just because it was already, I thought it already had a lot of decoration on it. But of course, I mean, you can decorate them however you want to. That's just how I chose to do it. And then I can't remember how she closed hers. She might have used a magnet. And of course, you know, a magnet's always an option. I just decided to use some sari silk, and I did stick it down on the back, and you can see this is where the flap of your envelope goes. But you know, you can either put these in with a clip of some kind, or you can adhere them right to the page. I mean, it's all up to you and how you want to put them in there. So this is the other one that I did, just to show you a little variation. Like for the pocket on this one, I used a piece of lace. The envelope for this one I made bigger, and so I put it over top of the paper. But you know, it doesn't matter how you do it. It's up to you. And then again, I adhered the sari silk to the actual time card. So I don't know how many of these I'm going to make with you guys. I'll do at least one to show the whole process, depending on how long that takes, because I'm already at almost 4 minutes just showing you the stuff. But if there's enough time, I'll do more than one, because the first one I'm going to do is going to be for the Wizard of Oz journal that I'm doing. But if I have time, I'll make more than that. So the first thing we want to do is decide which paper we want to make our envelope out of. And I'm going to use this really cool ad type paper. Actually, do I want to use this? I was thinking I wanted to cut those out individually. Maybe I won't use this. Hold on. I forgot when I first pulled that out how I had planned to use that. I'll use this paper. I mean, I do have two, so I mean, I could use it the way I wanted and still make an envelope out of it, but it doesn't matter. Whatever paper you want to use. Okay, so again, the paper is going to be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So just gonna line that up. Whoops, 3/4 is right there. This is a really old cutter. I've had this for a long time. I think it's the first one I ever got when I first started crafting. Okay, so here's our paper. Put the cutter away, we won't need that now. Okay, and get our punch board. Now if you don't have one of these punch boards, there are tutorials on YouTube that tell how to make envelopes without it, but since I have it, that's what I'm going to go ahead and use. Okay, so our paper is going to go at 2 5/8, and that is right there. What's nice about this is it has all the measurements on there for you, so you don't have to try and figure out where 5/8 is. So you're going to punch and get your score tool, and you're going to score on line A, which is, you guys can't see what I'm doing. It's going to be right here. I'm hitting my camera arm when I come back. Okay, I'm just going to score that good because it's dark paper and it's kind of hard to see. Okay, and then you take your score line over to your first slot. You line it up on the line, punch, and then score again in that score line A. And then you just keep turning until you get all the way around, doing it the same way. Hope you guys are all having a good day today. I did not have to go anywhere today, so I am loving that. I mean, I do have to take clothes over to my son when I get done with them. There's a corner rounder back here, and I'm just gonna round the corners with that. But anyway, I had to wash his work clothes for him, and I'll have to run those over when they're done, but otherwise he's not working and I don't have to go anywhere, so it's always nice when I can just have a day where I can stay home. Okay, so I'm done with this for now, so I'm going to just go ahead and, where's that go? Trying to put my tool in there where it goes. So we'll put that over to the side. Clean my papers out of here. And we'll just fold our envelope on the lines. Let's see, do I want it? I think I'll do the words out. I want to make sure I get it right side up. Okay. So see, then you have a cute little envelope. And when we get ready to put it on, we're going to turn it this way, and it'll go attached like that. See, with these bigger ones, I really do like the envelopes on top of the paper. Also, it helps hold the paper down when you get it in there. So I'll probably still do mine that way. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself because first thing I want to do is adhere that down. So let me grab my art glitter glue. Gotta see where I need the glue because I don't want to glue my envelope closed where I don't want it closed, you know. And then go on the other side and do the same thing. So one thing nice about this art glitter glue and this fine tip, I can just run it right underneath the envelope where I need it. That way I don't go up too high, and because I would. If I wasn't paying attention, I'd run it way up there too high and seal my whole envelope closed. Okay. And I'm just pushing that down to help it seal. Okay. So before I put my envelope on, though, I want to grab my time card, and because I'll put the envelope on probably towards the end. So first thing I want to do is figure out how I want to decorate it. So when it comes to the decorating part, as you guys probably know, you can do that however you want to. Like, you know, on here I had collaged. I put some doily down and some music paper and then an image. So, I mean, I'll probably do it similar to that today as well. Collage seems to be the really big thing right now, doesn't it? Everybody is collaging in some kind of way. So before I figure out what I'm going to put for the base, I want to figure out what image I'm going to use so I know what colors I want on the bottom. So I'm going to pull my images out. Let's see. Which one do I want to use? I kind of like that one with all of them. And that will fit the long way. Because I don't have a lot that go the other way. I've used a lot of those on my pockets. Oh, that one's kind of cute too, where they're putting oil on the Tin Man. Oh, let's see. I think I kind of want a colorful one on this one. Although I do have a few of these. That would kind of take up the whole thing. I certainly wouldn't need much collaging on that one, would I? Pretty much takes up the whole front of the card. Let's see what else I got. That one's kind of cute. Not sure what that's. This is from Mrs. Cog's kit, so I'm not really sure what scene that is supposed to be. Maybe where she's in the Munchkin land. That would be smaller, where I could at least collage behind it. It's a possibility. Keep looking. Let's see what else we got. I don't really want the ones with, well, no, that's a bigger one again. I'm going to stay with the smaller ones. That's kind of cute with the lion. Kind of liking that one. That's cute with all the munchkins. It's actually a little bit cooler here today, so that's been kind of nice. Ooh, I kind of like that one too. I'm going to be using this envelope, but you won't really see the envelope. It'll be inside. And it's got the black on it though. Alright, well we'll decide between those two so far. That is a bigger one again too. This is actually my first time to do any crafting today. It's 5 o'clock. There's kind of a cute one too. I was watching Natasha, who is Journey of Crafting, which was the one I couldn't think of yesterday when I was trying to think of the name of who I was watching. Alright, so we've got this one. Come down just a little. We've got this one. Or we've got this one with the witch. That might be kind of fun. I haven't used anything with the witch yet. I'm kind of thinking about that. Well, we've got this one. Should I show this one? Okay, so we got these. I think I'll wait on this one because that's a bigger one. So we got all three of these. I think I'm going to go with this one just because I haven't used the witch on anything yet. So I have to trim that up a little bit. Put my images away. I had to clean off my desk and organize all the stuff I've been working with for the journal because I had a big old mess from yesterday, and I found these. Remember when I was looking for the journaling cards that I had cut out, and then they got these little stamps too? My daughter found them last night in the couch while we were watching Stranger Things. She's like, Mom, were you looking for these? And pulls them out. I'm like, yes, I was. I was looking for those yesterday. And she said, yep, they were down in the couch. So, figures. I wonder if I want to take off some of, well, her hat goes up there. I was thinking I might want to take off some of that black background, but I don't want to cut off her hat, do we? Here's a funny story for you guys. When I was in high school, we did a version of The Wizard of Oz, but in this version it had a scene where the Wicked Witch went to another witch's castle to visit. And, excuse me just a minute, I need to get a drink. It was a really funny scene because there was the Wicked Witch, but then there was also two other witches. And actually it was at her castle that we went to visit. That's not the important part anyway. But, so I played one of the other witches. And we did our makeup like that. We had the green faces. We had some green gloves that we attached fake nails to. We made our own hats out of poster board. And I had mine for the longest time, but I don't anymore. And we put together, you know, black outfits with, you know, capes and everything to be the witches. But when we left, the other witch that was there visiting with me, she rode out on a broomstick, and I rode out on a vacuum cleaner. And we had got this old style vacuum cleaner. I don't even know where we got it from, but it worked and it was plugged in. And so when we got on our broomstick and vacuum to leave, we just kind of walked out on them. But I got on that vacuum cleaner, turned it on. It was one of the ones where it had the bag that blew out. So like it blew out my skirt and cape and stuff. So that was like one of the funny parts of the play. So people got a kick out of that. And we rode off doing our cackling. So there you go. There's my little story for the day. But anyway, that was a long time ago. All right, so I've got my picture. I've embarrassed myself, and we are ready to start collaging. So I have a pile of stuff here that I pulled out ahead of time. We'll move these cards. And these are all I have. Did I tell you guys already? I need to get more time cards. This whole pile of paper, let me go back up a little bit now. Judy Evans Parker, bless her heart, she coffee dyed all this stuff and sent it to me. I didn't even send this to her to do. She went ahead and did all of this for me and sent it to me. So thank you again, Judy, for doing that for me. She is just the kindest ever. All right, so we'll move that envelope out of the way. I think we'll maybe use part of the doily. And we'll use some music paper. There's a piece of that. I'm just tearing off pieces. There's not really a big area to cover. Maybe I'll use a little bit bigger piece. Right, so we'll put some music on there. We'll put some doily. We'll tear that in half. And we'll put it this way. How do I want to do that? I kind of like the doily off the edge there a little bit. But I kind of like to have, do I want that showing underneath? Yeah, I think I do. I might need a bigger piece. Even if I don't use those strips that I first tear, I will save those and use them for something else. I'm just thinking I want I didn't really get it long enough, did I? But is that going to show through? Is that the piece I was going to use? I'm going to use this one. Well, let's try that again, see if I can get it long enough this time, right? I don't know why I feel like I have to hurry. Brushing is just going to make me make mistakes. Okay. The other thing you could do if you wanted to, that just kind of popped in my head to give it like a different texture, is you could Mod Podge your layers on. And that would give it a different feel. I'll go ahead and do that. But I didn't think of that ahead of time, and I don't have that stuff out, so we'll just glue it on with our art glitter glue. Okay, gosh, I'm at 21 minutes already. It goes by so fast. And I can just, I'm over a little bit, or I can either leave that on or I can tear it off. It doesn't really matter. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hello. How do I forget to ink, huh? You guys let me forget to ink. Were you yelling at me that I forgot? Should be the first thing we do, right? I'm sorry if you can see that. With that arm being attached to my table, if I do any movements that do any shaking, it's going to shake the whole camera, so I apologize if that's, I mean, I suppose I could lift my arms off the table and then I wouldn't be shaking it. But geez, wouldn't we rather be lazy and lean our arms on the table? I need to turn this camera a little bit. I wish I could figure out how to do it where it's not in my way and I could have it straight on, but it just doesn't work, so it's kind of got to be a sideways deal. And I don't know if that makes a difference to you guys or not. I just like it when I'm watching people to have it be straight in the frame, you know, not like I'm coming at you kind of sideways. I'd like it to be like that, but for it to be like that, I've got to turn it that way. It just doesn't work well when you're trying to craft to have stuff turned. Okay, so now that I've got it all inked, I'll put that over to the side because I'm sure I'll need it again. All right, now let's go ahead and put our doily on there. Maybe I'll do it kind of like that, so it's tipped a little. Yeah, that looks good. Well, do I want to? Yeah. I'm trying to be picky over something that really doesn't matter. We're doing collage. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can be a bit of a perfectionist. I try not to, but I can be. I do suffer from that ailment at times. Okay, so we'll put that on. And then, what else do we want to use? Maybe some ledger paper. She did such a nice job on her coffee dyeing. I love it grungy. That is long. I don't know if I want to tear that up though. That's a nice big sheet of ledger paper. I could use a piece of a receipt. That'll work. decide which way I want to put it. That'll cover up the most. Okay, and then I need to tear some off. That'll be good. Okay, glue that down. Oh, I'm trying to take the pin out. It's not even in there. But anyway, yeah, we had so much fun. I'm going back to the play again because I'm just thinking about that in my mind. Like, why did I do that? But it was so much fun. When you get involved with that kind of stuff, it just gives you a place to belong. You know, you have your friends that, or you become friends with the people that, you know, are also in drama with you. And my daughter's actually taking drama next year when she goes back to school, and I'm hoping it'll be a good experience for her. She's super shy, and I think part of the reason she's taking it because she's trying to force herself out of her comfort zone, and she wants to be a filmmaker, and so she's figuring, you know, that taking drama will help with that. So I just hope it doesn't cause her to have, you know, issues. I don't want to label it. I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to speak it over her, so I'm not going to say it, but I just hope it, I hope it's a positive experience for her. Let's put it that way. I pray that it is. Okay, so we've got some collaging down, and I buried my image. All right, there's our image that we're going to use. I feel like, I don't know, because it's got such a dark background there, I feel like I want something else behind the picture to bring out some of the color. Like even like the green color. I probably should have used some of that. So let me see, what do I have? Let me look in my fabric that I've got out. Actually, I might have something else here. Let me see. I see green stuff in here, but I can't figure out how to get to it. Just got a little scrap bag here that I put stuff that I've been using. Nope, nothing in there. Got some of this green. It doesn't look green on camera. It's really light, but it does have green. It does look good behind there, but I think I need something a little bit brighter. So let me see. This ledger paper is actually brighter. Kind of like that behind it. So I think what I'll do is just glue it down. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm sorry, you're going to have to hear my little old lady moans and groans because for some reason my body is hurting today, especially my joints. So I took some ibuprofen, which I don't like to do because that's not good for your liver. But my knees have been hurting a lot today, which I don't know if it's because I'm out of my collagen. I use a powdered collagen in my coffee every day, and I'm out, and I'm waiting for it to come in the mail because I like to get it from Piping Rock, which is the company. And I don't know if it's because I haven't had that for a couple days, because when I started putting the collagen in my coffee, the reason I did that was because I had read that collagen was good for your joints. And once I had started to use it regularly, it was better. I wasn't having near the knee pain that I had had before. So I don't know if, I'm having the pain again because I've been out of it and haven't been taking it. Or, whoops, I just dropped my sponge on the floor. Okay. So, yeah, I like that. I like having that little pop of color there. And you can still see a little bit of the doily. I might trim that down just a little bit more, just so you can see a little bit more of the collage underneath. Oops, come over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just trimming it down a tad bit more. I don't want to do too much because then I lose the effect I wanted by putting it behind it. So yeah. See how that kind of, oh my gosh, it actually focused in, you guys. Did you see that? It can focus. I guess it just depends what I'm trying to get focused, huh? So we'll use our glitter glue so we can glue that down. It looks like I'm only going to get one of these made because we're already at half an hour. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put that on there. I'll probably just do the sewing around it off camera. I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. Okay, so we've got our cover done. Now if you wanted to add some little embellishments on there, some little bling pieces or something, or some trim or some lace or whatever, of course you can do that. And I might, and if this gets to be too long, I might add more to it. And then look at that, it is stuck to my hand. Do you guys see why I need the bead dangles? It's stuck right to my hand. Well, at least I didn't lose it, right? My gosh, the struggle's real, you guys. Every day it is real. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open it up, and we'll do our bottom part first, I think, before we do the top. It really doesn't matter how you do it. And we'll open one of these up just so we have a little example to look at. Okay. All right, so I think I'm probably not going to do my paper because I'm going to sew my paper in. So I will do that when I do the sewing. But we'll go ahead and put the envelope on. And all I do is put it on here like this, turn it over, and then put a little bit of glue on here. I don't want to go all around here because I'm going to sew it. If you were not going to sew, then of course you would want to glue the entire thing. I'm just going to put enough on to hold it in place until I get it sewn. And actually, I'm only going to, actually, you know what? I changed my mind because I forgot I only stitched it on the edge. So actually, I am going to glue those down because it's right here that it's going to get sewn. Okay. And actually, I got that down a little bit too low. I probably can't get it back up. Oh, yep, I can. Okay. My envelope was too low at the bottom, but you want to be careful you don't get it too high at the top either to where your flap won't close. So I just closed it and moved it a little bit. Okay, and I'll stick it down again. Okay. Okay, so I got the envelope in there. Now, if you wanted to, like right here's your fold, so you've got a little bit of space right there. You could go ahead and put your tablet on over top of the envelope if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm going to put it over the top. But what I'm going to use for my tablet is I'm going to pull out some of this nice coffee dye paper that Judy did for me. And actually there's some in here with lines on it. So I'm going to take about, well, I can fold it. Let's see. This stuff still smells so good. Oh my gosh. I'm just kind of eyeballing the measurement for the width so I can fold it to see how many I can get just by folding it. Okay. And now I'm just checking the height. About right on that line. With having the lines, I can just cut across the line. Okay. Well, I didn't cut that very good, did I? It's because I'm holding it away from me where I can't see. And then I'll just tear that, because you know me, I like it rustic looking. So there I've got 2 pages for my tablet. And then I can just use one of those as a guide. And cut that out. Tear it again on the line. That's another page. I'll just keep doing that until, and actually I'm probably going to get almost what I need just out of this one page. Because again, you know, it's already bulky the way it's made. We don't want it too much more bulky in the journal. It's just a little extra journaling spot. I'm just cutting that. Okay, and I can use this for scraps. So I've got 4 pieces right here of paper that I can go ahead and put right in here. And I can just sew those in, put my flap down, or my envelope, and then I've got that part done. But we still need to put something up here. Now you could do anything up here that you want to. I'm just following her example of how she had made a pocket up there. So I just have to decide what I want to use to make my pocket. Now I could use more paper. I could use anything. I mean, I could take a piece of this and put it across there and make a pocket. I like to use lace and fabric. And I think I had, let's see, did I have, hold on. I'm just looking here. I had some stuff that I wanted to use. I'm getting in my bag of laces. I had some trim that was kind of, I don't know, I just thought it kind of fit with like the rustic kind of feel this book has to it. But now I'm not, sorry about all the crackling, that microphone's probably picking that up like crazy. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. I do kind of like that little flower though. I might find a place to put that. I might not. Let's see. I was looking to see if there was like a wide trim or wide lace. I'm not seeing anything in there. Let's see. Maybe I got something in my boho that would work. Whoop, I'm about to lose that pin again. Put that in the bottle. Okay. I've got my little bag of boho trims I'm looking in right now. Might be pretty on there. That would be pretty, but that's kind of like the whole wrong idea of what I'm doing. I need something that kind of goes with this paper with the orange and black. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. I'm just trying to look in stuff that I have right here by me, because I didn't really plan very well for this part. How to trim it would be nice if it was black instead of blue, but it's blue. Use this piece. Oh, nope, not gonna work. Not quite what I'm looking for. Well, let's try not to take all day during doing this. Get in my little drawers here. See what I can find. There's a black lace. I got this black lace here that's a little bit wide. That would probably work. Yeah, that would look nice up there, wouldn't it? Okay. It's a little bit flimsy though. Let's look real quick. If I can't find anything else real quick, I'll go with it just for time's sake. But I like it to be a little bit sturdier. I hope you guys can still hear me. Usually with my big mouth, I don't really have a hard time being heard. Let's see, do we got anything? Oh, there's a black beaded one in there. That might be pretty. It's like a collar piece or something. Yeah, that's not going to work because it's too rounded. I don't see anything else in there. All right, I guess for time's sake, we'll just go ahead and go with the lace. Put that up there. I mean, we don't really put anything too heavy up here anyway. So I'm just going to measure that by eyeballing it. And cut it. I'll have to trim a little bit off, but it'll work for now. And again, well, I don't know if I'm going to sew this or not because it's so delicate and I'm not that great at sewing. So I think we'll just put glue along each edge. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? Yeah. I think you can really tell which way that lace is supposed to go. There's my fold right there. Just want to make sure you get it tight because if you don't, then it won't work very well because it'll be too loose, you know, as your pocket. Oh goodness, here we go again. Remember yesterday with the netting when I kept trying to get it to stick, but it was sticking to my fingers? Yeah. At least I'm consistent, right? Okay. And then I'll just trim this off the edge. Hopefully I won't pull it off trimming it. Oh, my computer started to go like in sleep mode, and last time it did that, it stopped filming. I caught it in time, thankfully. Okay, so there's your little pocket there. I'm not going to stick anything in it yet because it's still wet, and I don't want to close it yet because it's still wet. But basically, that is all we do to make these. You can add a little bit more embellishment to it. I thought this little flower might be cute somewhere on there. Definitely not on the front. Could put it on the envelope though to decorate the inside. I would still close. Okay. That's my pads coming out because I haven't got it sewn in. Yeah, really doesn't go with the whole theme of the thing, does it? But anyway, actually, before I go, let's do a draw for the next time and find out what project we're going to do in the next, what do I want to call this? I mean, it's a craft with me, but it's also trying other people's stuff. So I'll have to figure out a catchy name for it and title and put it in the title. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and reach in here. Make sure we've only got one. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I lost one of the papers in my coffee. Great. Great. Love it. Only me. Okay, anyway. So the next thing that we'll do the next time you see me for one of these kind of videos, we will do a tag kick. Not sure what that is. Might have been just she was on a tag kick. I can't remember. But anyway, this is Diane, who is Shawcraft1 on YouTube. And she also has a Etsy. She has a Etsy store. Etsy store called My Old Barn Door. I love Diane Shaw. She is just one of the sweetest ladies ever. I love her so much. So anyway, this is what we'll do next time. And I will link her channel below so you can go check it out, find this video and watch it, so that when we come back next time, you'll know what we're going to do if you want to craft along with me. If you don't, that's okay, but you really should check out Diane's channel if you don't know her, because she is just the sweetest lady ever. So anyway, that's it for this time, you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you crafted along with me. I will show you next time what I did to finish this out, if anything. I probably will, though. I'm feeling like it needs more, but I need to let this dry before I can handle it too much because it sticks to me. I want to do the sewing around it. I'll show you what all that looks like, but we'll take a look at that next time. So thanks, you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.